says there ought to be a law. I ought to tell her that I'd rather get a saw to cut off both her legs and put her in a bog where she can legislate the mosquitoes and the frogs. When Jane says Jane didn't think it was fair to break the fragile heart of a shy professor, but if she's so shy, why is she there? On CBS this morning and the Wall Street Journal, and Jane says there ought to be a law. I ought to send her up in Apollo 18 to Jupiter with all her legal jerks so they can give it a shot there and come back if it works. When Jane says it may be where it started, Jane is surely where it ends. She'll leave a gender broken hearted, or at least with nothing left to spend. Jane doesn't see why a girl should have to live and learn, even if she's stupid. She can already imagine a world where you'd rather be a eunuch than to mess with Cupid. So when Jane says there ought to be a law, I ought to take her to a great big waterfall and put her in a boat and push her to